welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. This one is going to be short because y'all see the time. It's around the lunchtime and it is raining here in Chicago. So this internet is going in and out, and it took me longer just to even get on here. But let me make sure that y'all can hear and see me well. Then we can go ahead and get started. Short because y'all. Okay. Yes, y'all can hear me. Now, we're gonna talk about two things, y'all. D'Angelo has passed, and we're gonna talk about a little bit about the Trump passing the ceasefire. So they're saying peace in the Middle East and what's going on with that. Okay, so come on, y'all, let's discuss. The R&B singer D'Angelo, I believe it was yesterday. It came out yesterday that D'Angelo had passed at the age of 51 from pancreatic cancer. They say he was privately fighting cancer. I don't know if a lot of people know, but he had three kids. His first child was with Angie Stone. And you know, Angie Stone died tragically earlier this year in a car accident that after one of her events that she was, driving, I believe on the expressway. I'm not sure, but she, they were, she was driving. It was other people in the car, but she was the only one who ended up passing from the accident. And the rest of Angie Stone family and also the rest of D'Angelo family, because he had a total of three kids. So the first one is the one with Angie Stone, who have lost the mom earlier this year and lost his father, D'Angelo, yesterday. So I was like, I know that got to be tragic to lose both your parents within 1 year span. So condolences to him and condolences to the other kids and the rest of the family. Y'all, let's talk really quick about this Trump passing this ceasefire in Gaza. So been the whole Gaza Strip been pretty much destroyed. They said about 85% of Gaza has been destroyed. Y'all put in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong when where Trump has said before that he planned on turning Gaza, like Gaza could be the new Atlantic City. So he passed the ceasefire that they was talking about, and it finally did get passed. So I always give props when props to do. Anytime that the loss of life stop happening, I think that that's a good thing. So he did get that passed. Him and there's a couple of leaders that met to sign off on the ceasefire. Now, I want to say this got signed on Thursday, my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday. And that's why I haven't been here. Y'all know I have two kids whose birthday, 7 years apart, but their birthday is 2 weeks apart. So I've been busy these last 2 weeks, and now I have to go to work, get some overtime, get these coins because mama pockets is broke, okay? But I believe it was last Thursday where they signed the ceasefire, and they did phase one. And so they were releasing, I believe it was 20 hostages that was still alive. Hamas released 20 hostages. And then they also supposed to release the bodies of the hostages that they had that died. And they were supposed to release those bodies. So the 20 hostages was released. Now the problem is that the dead bodies that they were supposed to send over, uh, they have only sent over maybe seven. I know it was four, and then they did another four. One of the bodies was not the person who it's supposed to be. Now, that's not the first time that this have happened. The region is so, like I said, 85% of the region has been destroyed. And there's so many buildings and so much stuff have been destroyed that, and a lot of people was unalive during this war. So they said it could just be a thing of a mixing up of the body, of Hamas not knowing the location of the body. It could be unintentional, but this does put the ceasefire at risk. So not even a week later, they're supposed to be moving on to phase two of the ceasefire. But before they sent over the wrong body. There also was report that Israel had unalive some soldiers, some Hamas soldiers, because they said they got too close to the little border, the line they're not supposed to cross. And they said Israel is saying that they cross over. And so they unalive those soldiers. So this ceasefire, this peace deal is very fragile right now at this point. I know that it's being reported, and Donald Trump is reporting that it is peace in the Middle East and everything is fine, but all other reports are not saying that. So I'm thinking that I may start coming on more often and getting smaller, doing smaller segments in order to get this all out, because so much happens in one day that like time don't even allow me to get here and talk about it all in one setting. So they have that going on. So there is a ceasefire. It is supposed to be in phases. And also, one other thing that you need to know about this ceasefire, this agreement that was signed up, that the president of the United States then put in. Gaza is supposed to be released to the Palestinians. When you read it, you'll see that, like, okay, it's going back to the people who initially supposed to had it in the first place, right? Then you read in the agreement that yes, it's being released to the Palestinians, but they have to report to a board. On this board is Donald Trump and one of his friends, this big real estate person. So it's like, is this a real estate deal or is this a peace agreement? Because some of the milk ain't clean right now. But we'll see how it plays out, y'all. We all are hoping that this is the best, that the peace endures in Gaza. And with them exchanging these bodies and sending the wrong one and hoping they find another one, with Israel unaliving soldiers within. This was after the peace, the ceasefire has been signed, that Israel unalived some Hamas. So we'll see if this hold up. Also, this is the last thing before I get up out of here. Did y'all see that allegedly Trump was pissed about not receiving the Nobel Peace Prize? The Nobel Peace Prize went to a Venezuelan. She's the president of Venezuela? But she went to a Venezuelan woman. And I said, that ain't a slap in the face that he already talking about the Venezuelan immigrants that's coming over here to the U.S. They like, you know what? What we're about to do is we're about to get her this award, because you have seen throughout this time, because I think it still burned Trump ass that Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize. So he's like, anything you can do, I can do better. But the thing about the Nobel Peace Prize is 4 things that was done in the previous year. I think the submission goes in January of this year. So he wasn't even sworn into office until January the 20th. So this being so upset that he didn't receive the Peace Prize. I said, I don't know. For winners, MAGA, for winners, for y'all to be the winners. Y'all got the president, you got the House, you got the Congress, you got Supreme Court. I'm over here like Tyrese. What more do you want from me? Y'all just is not happy, okay? He got 3 more years. His first year ain't even over. He got 3 more years to receive this Peace Prize. So calm down. What the lady be saying? Calm down. Okay. Yeah, but yes, that's what's going on. Yeah. Drop down in comments. Let me know what y'all think about this ceasefire. Do you think it's gonna hold with this peace agreement where the Palestinians is over Gaza, but then there's a board that's over them, and who sits on that board? So hopefully I can get the documents, and I will bring those to y'all if I can find it and read it to y'all, so y'all could know this ain't just me talking to be talking, because I know the channel is to be talk sense, but I'll be reading too, to let y'all know what I'm saying ain't just words coming out of my mouth. But let me know what y'all think about that peace agreement, the ceasefire that the Gaza with the Palestinians supposed to be over to the Gaza, but they have a board that they have to like go through to get things approved through, who's pretty much over the Palestinians. So I'm like, is the Palestinians really over Gaza if they got a board that they got to, go through? And then what else? What else did we talk about today? I believe that's it. Donald Trump not receiving the peace prize because at the end of the day, how you gonna that lady really fought for democracy in Venezuela. Venezuela. She have put in work there, and that's her hometown. That's her country. You get soldiers marching on the street over here, and if you're watching videos, like American citizens are getting locked up. You're taking away First Amendment rights. We're taking away free speech. You're taking away due process. I don't know if with all that going on, that they're gonna be like, yeah, he peaceful as shit. Go ahead and run him that prize. I don't know. I don't know. The government is shut down over here. I don't. You might have to fix some of it before they give you the peace prize. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think. Also, with this TikTok, watch the video that I did about Jimmy Kimmel and how during the Trump administration they have. I continue to say, you control the media, you control the masses. So it's been a process of them either suing the media companies, the Ellison's buying the media companies, the media companies. So the Ellisons is this rich group who's are friends with Donald Trump. You got his son who bought, I believe it's Paramount, but drop down in the comments if I have the company wrong. But I know they was part of that merger who bought out Paramount and they merged and it's a big media company now. And then the father is head of Oracle, who, remember, the US was selling TikTok. Y'all can't be here no more unless you get the US to be somehow in control of the company, because we don't want our data going to foreign companies, right? So Oracle now is the one who controls the data in TikTok. Where do all the young people get their media from? TikTok. Whether the middle-aged older people get the media from? Legacy News. Legacy News is pretty much scared to say anything now because they don't want to get sued or get kicked off the air. The only time they stood up was this last incident was Jimmy Kimmel incident, that you had Democrats and Republicans coming together and saying how they believed it was wrong. But and I said during that time, I did a video on the timeline and who's tied to what, that I feel like, oh, TikTok is going to be next, that you're going to have it where social media, and that's why I said get y'all fan base account, because that's owned by Isaac Hayes Jr. But social media, I feel like, will be the next thing that they go and try to control. For the party who don't believe in government control, y'all be having y'all nose all up in people's business. But I believe that it will be an instance where, oh, if you say this about the Republican Party or about the US president, and it could just form an algorithm to tag these videos. And you're going to start taking people down, or the way you got ICE and you're putting the US troops, you may even get arrested. I don't know. It seems like we're going more along the line of South Korea, China, Russia, where they taking journalists and some of their journalists get unalive. You get through in jail when you say something about their government. I feel like that's the movement y'all try to tiptoe on and dip your foot in that pool. But hopefully, I live in the US. I don't want any of that to come to fruition. So I hope that it don't, y'all. But be safe out there. I got to get on out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Let me know. Drop in the comments. Let me know what y'all will want to discuss, what subject y'all want to discuss next on here. Cause man, I got so many that I haven't even been on here to discuss. I got a list that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to knock this out the way. Don't forget to follow me on social media, because I do drop the most on TikTok. Why it is still free and available. If I get arrested, y'all better put some money on my bun right there. Cash App, Tootie Talk Sense. Okay? I ain't playing with y'all. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit all so you can see the notifications when I go live. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I will catch y'all next time.